YouTube, what's going on? She got Professor Smell Good, and we back. All right, you guys. Listen, you can put your pen down. For the younger crowd that watch my lessons, that's still in school, because there's some people that watch my lessons in junior high school. Put your pencil, and for the case of that matter, put your pencil down, put your paper down, put your notebook down. I'm not going to be teaching you guys how to sell oils today. All right, no lessons today. Today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just updating you guys about what's going to be upcoming, what's going to be new for me. All right, what's going to be new is I have a new concept. This concept is actually pretty much oils. All right, not oils that I make. I want to be very clear about that. These are not going to be the ones that I make myself. It's going to be ones that's already out there, already well known. None other than, I call it C.V.C, not C.V.S. Not C.V.S, C.V.C. C.V.C, which means Classic Variation Collection. All right, Classic Variation Collections, okay? What does that mean, Classic Variation Collection? It would be a collection, a collection of different variation of classical fragrances. Like, for example, the very first one that I'm going to make is going to be Egyptian musk. Okay, not make, excuse me. The very first one that I'm going to put out there is going to be Egyptian musk. And Egyptian musk, I'm going to have like 10 to 12 different variations of Egyptian musk. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is because what made me do it is I got a client that comes to me and she purchased from me, right? And she loves Egyptian musk. Now, there's two types of there's two companies that I get Egyptian musk from. Okay. Do I make Egyptian musk? No. Let's be clear about that. I do not make Egyptian musk. Okay. I don't make it. Okay. There's two companies that I mainly get Egyptian musk from. But it's the one that she got. It came from, I had it for the last 6 months. Okay. And so she came back and she said, it didn't smell the same as the previous one. I said, that's the one that I had before. And come to find out, I had gave her another one that I forgot that I had in my collection. I gave her that one instead of the other Egyptian musk, okay? And so she knew the difference. She knew the difference between that Egyptian musk because it didn't linger with her body the same way the other one did. But they all smell similar in their own way. Some of them is kind of like, it smells stronger. Some of them has like kind of a burnt smell to it. But for the most part, as far as all of the rest of the ones, the main ones, they all pretty much smell the same. They just differ in very small aspects, okay? Now, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to take Egyptian musk first. I'm going to take Egyptian musk first and have 13 variations of different types and variations of Egyptian musk. Different types because there's different types of Egyptian musk, okay? Which does not smell anything like Egyptian musk. And then you have different variations, which they all have that Egyptian musk smell, but they differ in very slight notes, as I mentioned before, okay? So I'm going to have like 13 different of those, and each and every last one of them is going to have a number. Like Egyptian musk 1, Egyptian musk 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And beside Egyptian musk is going to have a number beside it. That number is going to tell me what Egyptian musk that client bought. Like, for example, if a lady, she said, listen, hey, Professor Smell Good, I normally buy Egyptian musk, but I notice everybody have a different variation. I wanted to know if you have this Egyptian musk here. And she bring her own bottle that she normally would get from a certain person, but for some reason, she can't get in contact with them anymore. So I smell it and I say, you know what? I got that. That's number 5. Boom. You see how that works? So in each and every customer that comes and buy Egyptian musk, I have their quality that they normally get. Okay. So everybody that buy Egyptian musk, if they can't get in contact with the guy they normally get it from, they can just still come and get it from me. Right. And also what that does too, it gives people the option to buy a variety of different types of Egyptian musk in different variations. Because there are some people that have been wearing Egyptian musk for so long that's all they wear. They don't wear nothing else but Egyptian musk. They say, listen, man, if it ain't Egyptian musk, I don't want it. And I understand. So what they can do is they can say, okay, well, that's pretty interesting. Okay, well, let me get Egyptian musk number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So they can get 9 different variations of Egyptian musk, right? And still not smell the same throughout the week. You see how that works? So I'm going to have them numbered. So each and every customer that buy their certain type of Egyptian musk, when they come back to me, all they got to do is show me the bottle. I look at the number, boom, and I can just, I can fill it, refill it, or they can just buy a bigger bottle like that. Okay. Amber White is going to be the second one. Amber White, that's going to be the second one. I'm going to have, I think, so far I'm going to have up to maybe seven to 10 different variations of Amber White. Okay. Let me see what else. African musk. Also, I'm going to have African musk on there. There's a lot of different variations of African musk. African musk is a classical fragrance, man. Notice I'm only doing with the C.V.C. It's going to be fragrances and oils that are classic. I'm not going to, for example, do Dior Sauvage. Dior Sauvage, there's many variations of that, but the main Dior Sauvage that people buy is the one that smells like the one in Macy's. That smells like the one that's inside of the malls. If it doesn't smell like the one inside of the mall, they don't buy it. But Egyptian musk is a little bit different. Amber White is a little bit different. There are some people, they are, they prefer a certain Amber White. You know how many clients came to me and they say, hey, man, listen, you got an Amber White? And I will show them the Amber White that most people buy. And they say, you know what, man, that's not the one. That's not the Amber White. And I let him smell another one. He said, yep, that's it right there. African musk, that's also another one. I will be doing African musk. I will have the different variations of African musk. All right. I will also sell them wholesale and retail. I won't go into details right now as far as how much I'm going to sell them for, but I will sell them wholesale. But they will already be pre-bottled. I will not sell them 4 ounce, 4 ounce, half pound, pounds. They will be pre-bottled. Okay, and you would have to get the whole collection all at once. Okay, I mean the whole collection of a specific fragrance. Like for example, Egyptian musk. If I got 13 different kinds, you would have to, when you buy wholesale, you just can't get one piece. You got to get all of them, right? All right, now, so African musk will be one of them. Also, frankincense and myrrh, that will also be another one of them, because there are many different variations of frankincense and myrrh. All right, everybody don't wear the same frankincense and myrrh. I got a guy, his name is Charles, man, out here in Detroit. Got some good oils, by the way. I went to his house one day and I bought some frankincense and myrrh from him. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. I just smelled it. And so I said, you got frankincense and myrrh? He said, yeah. And so when I looked at it, I said, wow, because the frankincense and myrrh that I normally buy, that everybody else is normally hip to, the one that everybody's used to, what I'm trying to say, it's kind of thick. It's very dark. It's so dark that you can't even look through the bottle, man. It's that dark. It's very, very dark brown. And some clients, if they prefer the other one, which is liquidy, but it doesn't smell exactly just like the one that we used to, but it smells similar. But it kind of smells, it's kind of like awful. It's kind of off. It's not exactly the smell of the one that we normally used to. But if you smell it very closely, it does smell like it to some extent. And some people, they're used to that one. All right, so frankincense and myrrh, I most definitely will be doing that one. And I'm going to end this video in a minute. It's not going to be too long, y'all. Let me see. What's another one that I'm going to be doing? Patchouli. Patchouli is also another one that I will be doing. All right, so for just to recap, Egyptian musk, Amber White, frankincense and myrrh, Egyptian musk, Amber White, frankincense and myrrh, African musk, patchouli. All right, so far in amber, I'll also be doing the amber too. The amber, actually, when I do the amber, it's going to be real interesting, man. It's going to be very interesting. But that's pretty much it, man. She got Professor Smell Good, man. I appreciate you guys watching, and I just want to let you guys know what's going to be upcoming, what's going to be new, man, which is a concept that I call C.V.C. All right, C.V.C., which is a classical classical variation collections, or classic variation collection of all of the classics. All right, so she got Professor Smilgate. I thank you guys for watching. Peace.